Hi guys, it's Uga and welcome back to another video. So sorry I've been posting for a while, but after that break time that I had with my boyfriend, I didn't have patience to come back on terms of filming. I filmed that video and then I filmed a +2 on that day, but I was like, I cannot film anymore. I was not feeling in the mood for filming. So this video was a little bit delayed that I wanted, but it's here. So there are still some books that are coming out. So these are the May releases. Some books already came out, some books are still coming out because this video is going to be released before the end of the month, so there are still some books coming out. But yeah, basically is that I now have a lot of filming material. I have a ton of reviews coming out because although I haven't filmed, I haven't been reading a lot, and some of them are great books that I want you to know about. So let's start real quick. Okay, I have 3, 6, 9, 12, 13 books to talk about, so it's not a lot, but let's start really quickly. I'll just give like the genre, the general idea, and why I'm excited about. The first one I have here is Never Been Kissed by Timothy JANOVSKY, and it's from the series Boy Meets Boy, so it's going to be like a romance LGBTQ series. I like it. And this came out on the beginning of the month, so 3rd of May. So the main character is Ran, and he's never been kissed. That's right, the name. And the night before his birthday, yes, on the eve of his birthday actually, he sent out emails to all the boys he loved before. You know, a little bit like the letters that from all the boys I loved before she wrote to the boys, but now she writes just emails like I loved you once, something like that, and he hits send. On the next morning he starts to panic like, what did I do? But what's this about? No one could have ever been actually gonna read the emails, and comes to the picture Derek Harford, so who was Rand's first pre-coming out crush, and his drive and theater news social media intern. Everyone claims that he's coasting on cinematic looks from his father, but Rand knows there's much more about Derek than what he meets the eye because of their almost kiss that rocks Rand's world. So of course it comes from the summer, they're trying to save this drive-in cinema, but so Ryan and Derek start to close together, and Rand dreams with the perfect kiss. So it's gonna be like, it says a new adult rom-com, so it's gonna be age +16, and I think that's very interesting. They're not, I hope it's not be very like leaning the YA, but I like the concept, I like the idea. Let's see, this one already came out, so make sure you check it. This month I think May starts preloading LGBTQ books for Pride in June. So the next one I have is If You Change Your Mind by Robbie Weber. This is a debut novel, and he's about a boy, Harry, who wants to write Hollywood screenplays, and after I think a breakup, he doesn't believe in love anymore, or he believes that the concept of love only exists in movies. But then comes his first heartbreak. Grant returns with a secret that could change everything, and he becomes a new boy in town, Logan, who is charming and sweet and makes Harry question everything he knows about romance, and you know, the story goes from there. I don't tend to lie, this is a YA, also came out on May 3rd, but it sets here a love triangle, which I'm not very into about it, but let's see. I like the cover, very like summer vibes. But let's see how this goes. Yeah, and if you read it, tell me what you thought down in the comments. I would love to hear that. We go from 2 contemporary novels to a fantasy one, and this one has like, the cover is just stunning, and it's Ballad and Dagger from Danielle Jose Older. It's a music and magic filled YA urban fantasy about 2 teens who discover each other and their powers during a political battle with a unique diaspora community. So our main character is Matteo Matisse, and he's a island survivor. His community living in an island that disappeared into the sea, and the survivors of San Madrigal and ended up on escaping to New York. He lives with his 2 aunts, one of who is alive and the other who is not alive. And well, everyone in the Brooklyn diaspora community dreams of coming back, finding a way back home. Matteo just wants to get the attention of the locally music legend Greval, and he has a chance on the night of Grand Fate, an annual party celebration that blends culture of pirates, Cuban santeros, Sephardic Jewish, then create the San Madrigal all those centuries ago. But then the evil that sank the island is coming up to them on the night of celebration, and Mattheo's life is changed forever. He witnessed a brutal murder by the person he thought he knew. So I think he's like the musician, my guess. He goes, so suddenly Matthew is in this ancient battle, spends years in oceans, deadly secrets, a power that not only links him to the killer, but also holds the key to unlocking dark mystery. This, I believe, is going to be a series. It says here it's going to be a series. I don't know. It's going to be like duology, a trilogy, or more, but it sounds very awesome. I want to know the magic system. It's an elemental or something more. And I just love the concept of the cover, which is very, very interesting. I really recommend it. If you check it out, if you liked it, tell me down below. And it was also released on the May 3rd. Now this one I'm very excited about. Everyone knows this is the Illumicrate box, book box for the 9th of May. So mine is coming. So today is the 21st, and as the time I'm filming this, and my box is already on the way, so I can wait to see my Book of Night. But it is, like I said, I already said the title, Book of Night by Holly Black, and it's a dark fantasy of shadow thieves and secret societies, which everything I love. So Charlie Hall's world shadows can be altered for entertainment and cosmetic purposes, but also to increase power and influence. You can alter someone's feeling and memories by manipulating shadows as a cost, with the potential to take hours of days from your life. It's that kind of powers that the more you use, the more life force you spend, the more quickly you die. I think that's the concept, and I really like that type of concept of magic with consequence. You know, you don't have a limited power, you have a very limited power to your own ability. I really like that. Your shadow holds all parts of you, and you want to keep it hidden. A second self standing just to yourself, walking behind you in lit rooms, and sometimes he has a life on his own. Charlie is a low-level con artist working as a bartender while trying to distance herself from the powerful and dangerous underground world of shadow trading. She gets by doing odd jobs from her patrons and navy her new money in the town and the edges of Berkshire. But when a terrible figure from her past returns, Charlie's present life is thrown into chaos, and her future seems best unclear and worse, non-existent. So and then comes this survive, all desperate to control the magic of the shadows, doppelgangers, mercurial millionaire, shadow thieves, her own sister. Like, sounds epic. I see some people already reading it and like sometimes giving 3 stars, 4 stars, 5 stars, 2 stars. Now it's maybe a very polarizing one is like 3.68, which is not bad. It's average the 4 and between 4 and 3. But I'm really excited. I never read anything by the author. But yeah, if you are interested, it's already came out, and I'm waiting on my Illumicrate box to have mine. Now we move to May 10th, and this cover caught my eye, and then I saw someone over Instagram started receiving this book, and it's The Murder Rule by Revla McTiernan. And its first rule, make them like you. Second rule, make them need you. Third rule, make them pay. So it sounds like a revenge story, which I love a revenge story on the thriller. One of my favorite tropes. They think I'm young, idealistic law student, that I'm passionate about reforming a corrupt and brutal system. They think I'm working hard to impress them. They think I'm here to save an innocent man of death row. They're wrong. I'm gonna to bury him. So it has something to do about make someone guilty or make someone pay. It sounds really good. Doesn't have anything more to say, but it sounds awesome. It sounds right up my alley. I really enjoy it. I hope you get it. It came out on May 10th, so make sure you grab a copy. I'm probably gonna try to pick on audiobook. Now this one is also very interesting. I think I have an arc on NetGalley, so I haven't read in time, probably next month, but I know it's going to be in one of the book boxes. Then I'm not going to display which one, but it's The Stardust Thief by Chelsea Abdullah. Neither here or there, but long ago. So, and this is part of the new trilogy, the Sand Sea trilogy. It's a story inspired by one of the stories of 1001 Nights, and he's Luli Al-Nazari is a midnight merchant, a criminal who, with the help of a jinn bodyguard, hunts and sells illegal magic. When she saves the life of a cowardly prince, she draws the attention of his powerful father, the Sultan, who blackmails her into finding an ancient lamp that has the power to revive the Barrow land at cost of sacrificing all jinns. So we have here already the jinns magic and the way she's a criminal and the help of the Sultan working. With no choice but to obey or be executed, Lolai journey with the Sultan's oldest son to find the artifact. I think it's not the son that she saved, I think maybe like the brother. Hated by her bodyguard who has his own secrets, they must survive ghouls' attacks, vengeful Jinn Queen, confront malicious killers from Louis past, and sounds really cool. Since it's a trilogy, I'm very excited to see how this ends and how it goes, how it's gonna be like. It's gonna be the quest and then it's the afterworth of ending of the gens, or it's just not all the quest. I'm really excited to see. Let's see how this goes. This already came out on May 17. This one, I like this trope. I don't know why I like this trope on movies or in books, but I tend to like the repeating one day trope. Most people don't like it, but I just love it. I don't know why, but it's See You Yesterday by Rachel Lynn Solomon, which is the author of The X-Talk and The Weather Girl. I haven't read anything of those two, but I had the audiobooks for her previous books. So Barrett Bloom is hoping college will be a fresh start after a messy high school experience. But when school begins on September 21st, everything goes wrong. She's humiliated by a know-it-all in her physics class, she butchers her interview for the college paper, and at the party that night she accidentally sets a frat on fire. She panics and flees, and she realizes her roommate locked her out of the dorm room. She falls asleep in the common room. The next morning, Barrett perplexed to find herself back in the dorm room. It's September 21st again. After the confrontation with Miles, the guy from Physics 101, she learns she's not alone. He's been trapped for months. So, how is he trapped for months and not her? You see, I'm very curious about this part, because when someone is trapped, imagine I get trapped on the same day. How does someone else get trapped, and the time, how the time flows? I think this is going to be very interesting. When her attempt to fix her timeline fails, she agrees to work with Miles to find their way out. Soon they are exploring the mysterious underbelly of the university and going on a wild romantic adventures. Ooh. So, yeah, it's gonna be a romance, but it has this like science fiction with time travel or repeating the same day. Sounds cool. I already have here some nitpicks because, how they gonna explain the time loops. But let's see. It already came out? Yes, it already came out on May 17. This one, I'm super excited. It sounds really cool. The covers are stunning with the edges with the flowers. I love it. And it's The Twin Crowns by Catherine O'Donnell and Catherine Weber. And it's a high-stake fantasy rom-com about twin princesses separate at birth. One raises the crown princess and the other takes as an infant and raised to kidnap her sister, to steal the crown and avenges the parents' murder. So you have the two sisters, Ren Ganrock, who always know one day she will steal her sister's place in the palace, trained from birth to return the place of her parents' murders, and Usurper, the only survivor. She will do anything to rise to power and to protect the community of witches she has loved. So it involves already here some witches. I liked it. Let's see how witches are portrayed, because I'm having problems to find a good book about witches. But she has some problems. She finds one of the guards attractive, and she has like a reckless magic problem. So sounds interesting. Then we have her twin sister, Rose Valhart, the princess, who knows with power comes responsibility. Marriage into a brutal kingdom waits, and she will not let a small matter like waking up in the middle of the desert in the company of an extreme, impermanent and handsome kidnapper get in the way of her royal duty. But life outside the palace wall is wilder and more beautiful than she ever imagined, and the witches she was longer feared might turn out to be the family she never knew she was missing. And let's see how this goes. One is kidnapped and that's gonna change. How this goes sounds really good. I don't know, maybe it's much focus on romance, maybe not. Let's see, I'm excited. This already came out on May 17th. This one, it's here just because of the title and the city that is played. So it's Two Nights in Lisbon by Chris Pavone. So just because it's in Lisbon, and every time that I have a chance to say I have a book on my country set, I'm gonna include it here. So I got this on NetGalley, so I'm really excited to read it. And it's You Think You Know a Person. Ariel Price wakes in Lisbon alone. Her husband is gone. No warning, no note, no answering his phone. Something is wrong. She starts with the hotel security, then police, and then the American embassy. At each question, she can fully answer. What exactly is John doing in Lisbon? Why will he drag her along with the business trip? Who would want to harm him? Why does Ariel know so little about her new, much younger husband? So she's older and he's younger. That's interesting. The clock is ticking. Ariel is increasingly frustrated and desperate, running out of time, and no one is the person in the world. So let's see how this goes. I'm gonna be very critical about how this displays Lisbon, the Portuguese people, and how is the setting, because I'm gonna be honest, I'm from Lisbon, and if it's not for my taste, I'm gonna rant about it, and now I'm a very person who rants a lot, so be ready for that. This comes out on Tuesday, yes, May 24th. Now, we have here another form that I read before. I read Black Flamingo, and he's releasing a new book, Only on Weekends, by Dean Atta. And it's 15-year-old Mac is a hopeless romantic, like a hazard of growing up on film sets thanks to his father's job. Mac has a crush on Karim for as long as he can remember, and he can't believe his gorgeous, popular Karim sees him too. So, yay, love is correspondent. But when Mark's father takes on a new directing project in Scotland, Mark has to move away and soon discovers how painful long-term relationships can be. It's awful to be so far from Karim, and it's worse the fact that Karim can be so hard to read. So it's very enigmatic, very hard to connect. Then Mark meets Arthur Finlay on set, and the world turns upside down. Finlay seems fearless and his confidence could be infectious. So we have here like a love triangle, or like I love you seems high school but now I'm finding a new love. Let's see how this is handled. This is poetry, not the genre that I most like, but I really like how Dean Alter wrote Black Flamingo and I really like that book, so I'm gonna give this a try. This comes out also on Tuesday. This one I'm really excited, and I have a pre-order on Waterstones to go to my friend's house to get back when I pick on my London trip, and it's Out of the Blue by Jason June, and it's about a teen merfolk must undergo help a human within one moon cycle and return to Pacifica and become an elder, or fail and remain stuck on land forever. So Crest is a merfolk, so he has to come to land, help a human on a moon cycle, and then returns to become an elder. If he fails, he stays on land. He's eager for this journey. After all, humans are disgusting. They pollute the planet, so they must be floating islands of trash that's literally the size of the country. That's true. He's at the point there. He goes to LA. With a new body, human body and name, meets Sean, a human lifeguard whose boyfriend has recently dumped him. Crass agrees to help Sean, make him jealous and win him back. But the two spend more time together, and Crass' perspectives on human begins to change. They soon will be between two worlds, the fake dating just leading to real feelings. So I love fake dating trope, one of my favorites on romance, not gonna lie, and being like a Little Mermaid retelling a little bit. Sounds really interesting. Let's see how this goes, and this says it comes out on May 31st. Last two books. So next one is A Little Bit Country by Brian D. Kennedy, and this is another young adult romance novel, but this involves country music. Like, I'm a Dolly Parton fan, so you know the alley. Emmett McGuire wants to be a country music biggest gay superstar at far reach when you're 17 and living in Illinois. But for now, he's happy to do the next best thing, stay with his aunt at Jackson Hollow, Tennessee for the summer and perform at the amusement park owned by his idol country legend Wanda Jeans. Loon Barnes hates country music, so the other boy on the story. He's the great son of Verna Rose, a singer who disgraced who fall out with Wanda Jean, so the owner of the park. Luke knows how much pain country music has brought to his family, but when his mom medical bill starts to piling up, he has to take a job at the last place he wants, at the restaurant at Wonder World. So a lot of here on Dolly, Dolly World, Verna Rose, maybe like the Porton Wagon, maybe, don't know, just speculating. Neither boys is looking for romance, but the sparks fly when they meet, as soon as they are inseparable. A long lost secret about Werner and Wanda come to light. So they were lovers, I believe that, almost sure. And so they will they get past through the truths they discover? How will the relationship go with the history of the sad country love songs? It sounds really cool. It has veins of Dolly, some country music, some summer vibes. Let's see how they deal with the medical bills, if it's gonna explore a little bit more or just on the surface as a story. Let's see. This comes out on May 31st, so it's almost there, almost in the end of the month. The last one that I have is also from May 31st, and it's from an author that I already read, As Far As You'll Take Me, which is Phil Stamper, and his Small Town Pride. I'm now listening to his new book that came out this year, I believe. Yes, Golden Boys, which was on February release. So he released 2 books in the same year. Proud of you. This one, the Small Town Pride, is Jake is just starting enjoying his life as his first high school openly gay kid. While his family and friends are accepting and supporting, the same cannot be said about everyone in their small town of Ohio. So Barton Springs in Ohio. When Jack hangs a comically large pride flag in the front of the yard, overblown show of love, the mayor begins to receive complaints. A few people are concerned the flag will lead something true outlandish. A pride parade. How dare they to do a pride parade? The dishonor. If someone ever said that to me, I would slap him with chicken breast. Except Jack don't think that's a ridiculous idea. Why can't they hold a pride festival? Problem is, Jack knows he will get approval from the town council, and the mayor won't be on his side. As Jack and his friends trying to find a way to bring pride to the Barton Springs, it seems suspicious that the mayor's son suddenly wants to spend time with Jack. So the mayor's son is gay, or at least is part of the queer community, and it's gonna change, hopefully, the mayor's heart. So guys, these were the books that I had to show you in the beginning. Sorry, this video was late. I promise. This is a deep heart promise that I will bring you more books, more videos. Recently, I have a lot of books that I read that I want to talk about. Some of them were very good, some of them were more meh, but I want to talk to you about. If you reach this far, don't forget to leave a comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. You know the drills. Share with your friends. I'll bring in next week or maximum 2 weeks, like beginning of June. The June releases, I already have that video filmed, so it's just a matter of editings. I will try to post videos now with the schedule that I have 3 videos a week, so we will have a lot of content for you to watch, and I see you guys on the next video. Okay, bye.